So my company is JobsDirectUSA. I started this up back in 2008 after I lost my old job. I was let go from a small loan company called AIG. So I was laid off back in November of '08 as a result of the freezing credit lending and the collapse of Wall Street, the near collapse of AIG. From there, I started up a national job search organization. We have over 50,000 members to date, mainly job seekers. What JobsDirectUSA does is it connects job-seeking professionals with hiring companies on a daily basis for free. JobsDirectUSA hosts educational seminars, such as this one, as well as networking events, such as the event that we're hosting Thursday night. We provide job seekers with free access to thousands of job listings, also updated daily via our website. So that's a little bit about JobsDirectUSA.
Do you have a card?
I do. I'll make sure I get you a card. JobsDirectUSA.com. We also have .org. What I have up on the screen is an article that came out in April of last year in our business section of the newspaper up in Jacksonville, where I live, in the Florida Times-Union. Basically, this article, as you see, there's a guy holding a pink slip that says fired. The article talks about a sales manager that lost his job and decided the best thing to do is to hold a party, to socialize, and for marketing. That sales manager was me. And one thing that I talk a lot about with job seekers is you have to find a way to stand out in today's economy. It's a very challenging job market. Very challenging. We hear all the time of doom and gloom. Okay? And I realized firsthand when I lost my job and I set out to help all these people, I automatically thought, well, you know what? There's over 15 million people are unemployed in America. I'm going to start this business. I'm going to help everybody out. You know, the sky's the limit, which it is. However, I didn't have anything that helped me stand out other than the fact that I had a good cause and a good message behind me. And everyone asked me, well, Carlos, how's JobsDirectUSA different? How are you going to help people find jobs when there's the Monster.coms, the career builders, all these staffing firms out there? You're just really another dime a dozen. Until I started thinking about ways to stand out and be different. And my example, I'm showing you guys, was to hold networking events called pink slip parties, which were popular in cities such as New York, Chicago, LA, cities that had already experienced the recession really much before we did, at least in North Florida where I live. So I started to host these pink slip parties, and the result, CNN Money covered me. Cover the story of myself losing my job at AIG, deciding to help other people out. And really, what I talk about in my presentation, it's not about me at all. This is really as much as you'll see about me and JobsDirectUSA. It's about standing out. Because what I'm going to tell you guys about the social media, about the different tools that are out there, is to help you and help job seekers out there stand out today. Because you need to. There's a lot of competition for jobs, and there's not a lot of jobs. So losing a job is tough. You go through all the emotions. Then you ask yourself, what now? And what resources are available? So there's online job boards, traditionally Monster, Career Builder, Ladders, amongst others. There's newspaper classified ads. There's employment and staffing agencies, career fairs. But one problem, we're in the year 2010. These resources in the year 2000, prior to that, would help you find a job easily. You'd go on Monster.com, there'd be millions of jobs. You'd open up the Miami Herald or Sun Sentinel, and the classified ad section was full of ads. You look at these classified ad sections now, you're lucky if you find 1 or 2 pages of job leads, job listings.
That's because they all go on. That's because everybody puts everything online now.
It's cheaper.
Because my wife's a reporter, I know all about the issues as far
It's
as
cheaper.
the lack of revenue in the paper. That's one of the things besides the advertising is coming. People like Craigslist and all the online resources.
Well, you're right, it is cheaper. However, as I'm going to go into discussion here a little bit further, there are free resources out there that recruiters and hiring companies are using every day. That really is putting the job boards, the newspapers, the career fairs, the staffing agencies. It's a thing of the past, and we're really evolving. So here's some statistics straight from the U.S. Department of Labor. As of January, last month, the unemployment rate in America is 9.7%. There's 2.5 million job openings as of the last business day, December 2009. As of January, there's approximately 14.8, almost 15 million unemployed persons in America. However, this does not include 1099 contractors, does not include your real estate agents, your attorneys that work independently, underemployed part-time workers, the folks that work at Starbucks just to go ahead and make a few bucks, no pun intended, the self-employed workers, commission only, and you know you have another group in there that I add, which is the employed but looking workers. So when you add all these folks up, okay, there's really more than 15 million folks out there looking for work. You can do the numbers yourself. It could be 20, 25, 30 million. It could be double that. It's about 30 million people. There's a lot of people out there looking for jobs, and there's not a lot of jobs. So again, what I work with folks I'm doing is show them these tools and the resources that are out there to really help them stand out and get in front of who's hiring. So, how you find a job has changed, and so has the way recruiters find talent. There's Web 2.0 and social media, networking events and Facebook parties. We have some success stories via social networking, which I'm going to go into. You can also become a volunteer in your community, which I'll discuss that as well. At the end, I'm going to show you guys some words of wisdom from a recruiter. And here's a great quote by a recruiter that works with myself at JobsDirectUSA up in Jacksonville Market. The train has left the station. And what's Greg mean by this? The times are changing. The way recruiters are looking for talent is changing. The way job seekers are looking for work is changing. Again, it's 2010. So, are you guys familiar with social media, Web 2.0, what it is, what it does? Yes? No? Okay. Web 2.0 really is a term that's Facebook, MySpace. It's really what it is being able to communicate via the web, via these community-based networks, as I like to call them. The definition really is Web 2.0 is commonly associated with web applications that facilitate interactive information, sharing, and collaboration on the World Wide Web. Examples of Web 2.0 include web-based communities, Facebooks, MySpace, LinkedIn's, social networking sites, blogs. Again, it allows users to interact with other users in real time. Some of the early onsets of Web 2.0, which I think back then is Web 1.0, was your AOL, instant messaging, chat rooms. Skilled recruiters, and I say skilled because not all recruiters, skilled recruiters are using Web 2.0 to discover talent, both employed and unemployed. Because recruiters are not just looking for unemployed talent. It's one misconception, very big misconception. They're looking for talent, period, whether you have a job or not. LinkedIn. You're on LinkedIn? You?
So, but I don't.
You need to use it. LinkedIn has changed my life. The day I lost my job, I turned to this website, and I would not be standing here in front of you today if I would not discover LinkedIn. It's changed my life. The majority of the professional contacts that I make today and that I made over the last year and a half is